sponsors, participants, and fellow Enreans joining us through Zoom and Facebook Live. And let's start our program proper with a prayer and to be followed by the Philippine National Anthem.
Dear God, thank you for the opportunity to meet together. Please help us to come together to make this institution reflect your kingdom. Breathe life into our ideas and decisions. Help us build a team that has love and respect at its heart. Give us the strength to continue working for your kingdom in this time of pandemic. Lord, come give us the inspiration to be the best we can be. May we be a shining example of your goodness and truth within, wherever we are. Inspire our thoughts, discussions, and ideas, and continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of truth for the greater glory of you. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Good morning once again. I am Dennis Carlos, Business Manager of Enrea Pampanga Chapter. And with me is my wife,
Judette Banson Carlos,
also a Business Manager in Pampanga Chapter. And we are your hosts for today's monthly Enrea Business Forum. It has been the advocacy of Enrea to give our stakeholders the relevant information in the real estate industry. With this, we would like to welcome everyone for the Enrea Business Forum with the topic, Facing the Future Through Initiatives and Innovations. But before we proceed, we would like to thank our sponsors, E. Ganson Incorporated, Bria Homes, Vista Residences, Golden Haven Memorial Parks, Durabile Realty and Development Corp, SMDC, Houselands, Forest Lake, and Fiesta Communities.
thank you to our sponsors. I am pleased to introduce to everyone the Enrea Board of Trustees and Officers for 2021 and the Board of Advisors. For our Board Chairman, Mr. Benigno T. Cabrieto Jr., for our Board Vice Chairman, Mr. Ricky M. Celis, for our National President for 2021, Ms. Imelda C. Magtoto, for our Executive Vice President, Mr. Red J. Rosales, our Vice President for Internal Affairs, Jovi Francis Tupas, for our Vice President for External Affairs, Mr. Eduardo N. Sanchez Jr., for our Vice President for Chapters, Ms. Zenaida S. Fruto, For our Secretary General, Mr. Ronnie B. Biando, our Treasurer, Ms. Nicole Ann Marie Choa, our Auditor, Ms. Ruth Marie Atienza, our National PRO, Mr. Jeffrey S. Bongat, for our Education Chairman and Trustee, Mr. Rodolfo D. Leonen, for our Trustee, Mr. Aniceto B. Bisnar Jr., Ms. Sol, Architect Sol, Maria Sol Flores Prado, Trustee, and another Trustee, Ms. Maria Victoria O. Polisco. For our Board of Advisors, may we call on our Chair Emerita, Chair Lady, and Board of Advisors, past President and past Chair Lady of NREA, Ms. Marisa Del Mar, Architect Grace S. Layug, Advisor, past President and past Chairman of NREA, Architect Felino A. Palafox Jr., Advisor, past President and past Chairman of NREA, Architect Nestor S. Magno, Advisor and past President and past Chairman of NREA, Mr. Alejandro S. Manyalak, Advisor, past President and past Chairman of NREA, Mr. Bansan C. Chowa, a CPA, Advisor of NREA and a former member of the PRB Res Board, and Mr. Marcelino C. Mendoza, Advisor of NREA.
We would like to acknowledge as well our chapter president. And to start with is Miss Emmy Pulido, the chapter president of Metro CBD chapter. Mr. Dennis B. Sumo of Bulacan chapter. Miss Violeta T. Evaristo, chapter president of Pampanga. Mr. Romel Agasita, chapter president of Pangasinan. Miss Alma Grace Sara, a chapter president of Baguio and CAR chapter. Miss Juliet Refuerzo of Bataan chapter. Mr. Dave Lubong of Zambales chapter. Miss Sandy Coral, chapter president of Cavite. Miss Rosa Maria Rias, the Tagaytay Batangas chapter president. Attorney Erica Catarilas, the chapter president of Mindoro. Mr. Evelio Varona, the chapter president of Ormoc Leyte. Mr. Abunjo Gulchano Jr., the chapter president of Cebu. Miss Annie Leoncioco, Iloilo chapter president. Miss Violacita Sun, the Cagayan de Oro chapter president. Miss Livia Pepino, Davao chapter president. Mr. Jeffrey Baluran, the chapter president of Zamboanga, and Miss Ana May Escalante, the chapter president of South Cotabato and Jensan chapter. We also would like to acknowledge our secretariat, our executive director, Miss Aurora M. Pusong, our public relations officer, Mr. Virgilio V. Maclang, our executive assistant and event officer, Miss Laline L. Santawana, for our admin assistant and education secretary, Miss Eileen P. Garlitos, and admin secretary and technical specialist, Mr. Paul T. Santos. For our accounting officer, Miss Maria Lourdes L. Angeles, and our liaison officer, Mr. Bernardo M. Ehada.
Okay, we would like to invite everyone, our sponsors and participants who are not yet members, to join us and be part of the NREA organization, the one-stop trade organization. Together, Let's all work in the achievement of our vision to be the leading catalyst of real estate development for the improvement of the quality of life of the people. We at NREA, we aggressively promote the optimum utilization and growth of real estate based on our core values of being noble, reasonable, enthusiastic, and accountable individuals. We partner with national and regional players in the industries. We also connect with different government agencies, banks, and LGUs. And of course, we link professional individuals. Expanding your network through public and private relations and engaging everyone toward our advocacies. Again, we are excited and we would like to welcome our new members in our NREA community. You may get in touch with our secretariat or contact the numbers shown in this poster or approach any members of NREA for more details. For our self-directed learning, NREA is offering a new normal rate for new members. Also, for all licensed real estate practitioners who would like to avail of the PRC self-directed learning for CPD units, you can type your full name with picture in the comment and take a picture together with the ongoing NREA Business Forum and send it to the NREA for certificate of attendance with a fee. You may contact the numbers listed below or email us at our official NREA email address. Again, we hope you can join us and be part of this organization and be an NREA member.
Okay, for our house rules, we would like to remind everyone to please turn off your microphone and cameras at all times to avoid distractions to our speakers and guests and to keep the program running smoothly. Only the MCs, moderators, officers, and speakers are allowed to use the microphone and camera. Type your questions in the chat box. The moderators will assess and handle the questions after all the speakers have spoken.
Okay. To give us her welcome remark, it is my honor to introduce to you our 2021 National President. She is a holder of 4 licenses, being a real estate broker, appraiser, consultant, and environmental planner. A graduate of University of the Philippines, she also owns a realty company based in Pampanga, IC Magtoto Realty. A very hardworking and passionate and dedicated leader, let's all welcome our National President of NREA, Ma'am Imelda C. Magtoto.
Thank you, Consultant Ludette. Good morning. Welcome to the National Real Estate Association, or NREA, November Online Business Forum entitled Facing the Future Through Initiatives and Innovations. Beginning in 2020, we were faced with drastic changes, but we were able to adapt, innovate, and redefine ourselves due to our creative response to these challenges. And NREA quickly adopted innovation such as digital technology and came out as a victor in these challenges. These remind us of the famous Steve Jobs, who said, and I quote, "Innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not as a threat," end of quote. Today, we are privileged to have architect Romulo Valentino Nati, the President and CEO of Ital Pinas Development Corporation, or IDC, an innovative company whose project showcase green factors and employs his knowledge in biomimicry to create sustainable real estate and energy projects. Also, we have Secretary Roy Simato from the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, will showcase his initiatives and innovations despite this pandemic. And the newly appointed Undersecretary of the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development, or DSUD, Albert de la Cruz. I now formally open our online business forum. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you to our NREA National President, Ms. Imelda Magtoto, for your welcome remarks. And now, to introduce our special guest and speaker, may we call on our NREA Chapter President, Mr. Dennis B. Sumo. He is a licensed real estate broker, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, a professor of business management and entrepreneurship. And again, may we call on Mr. Dennis B. Sumo.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir Dennis. Enough to kayo. Medyo relax naman tayo. Thank you very much. Good morning, President May, Ma'am Marisa, Delmar, Sir Benny, and all of the member of the Board of Advisors and Officers, as well as the chapter presidents who are attending this affair. Our first speaker is a newly appointed Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development Undersecretary. And he's going to discuss his programs and advocacies on housing and their implementations by the department in line with the government's national housing program. He studied BS Biology, Pre-Med at Angeles University Foundation, studied Bachelor of Law at Virgin Colleges San Fernando, Pampanga. He studied urban planning and real estate development at Philippine Association of Real Estate Consultants and Specialists of Parks. He worked as a chairman in 2017 at the Philippine Investors Retirement Industry Council in Clark, Pampanga. In 2018, he worked and served as the board of director of the North Rail Philippines. 2019, he served as the board of director of the PNOC, Renewables Corporation. And in 2020, he worked as the Philippine Chamber of Renewable Energy Incorporated. August 21, at the PNC Exploration Corporation. In November 2021, he started serving as Undersecretary for Regional Operations of the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development. He is also an accredited PRC real estate lecturer, and he holds 3 PRC professional licenses. Our guest speaker is an licensed environmental planner, licensed real estate broker, and licensed real estate consultant. Without further ado, let us all welcome Honorable Albert Pagco de la Cruz.
For your very kind introduction, good morning to the National Real Estate Association. NREA. First, I would like to give due recognition to the late Kapepe Manalan for creating such an active real estate organization. Greetings to the NREA leadership, whom I met last week here at our office. Chair Emerita Marisa Delmar, Chairman Benny Cabrieto, Board Advisors Bansan Choa Sir, and Mars Mendoza. And of course, last but not the least, my kabalin, my fellow UNP, my fellow broker and consultant, Madam President Imelda Magtoto. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. And our topic is your topic. I am also a real estate broker. Kasama po ng aking misis na isang real estate broker din, si Nanette, at ang aking panganay na anak na isang real estate management, one of the pioneering students at De La Salle University na nag-graduate na po sila. Our topic, Facing the Future Through Initiatives and Innovations, is a very appropriate and best describe what we're trying to accomplish here in the SHUD. Being a real estate practitioner and a small-time developer 10 years ago, I believe, together with our dear Secretary, Ed Del Rosario, the time to introduce positive change in the way we look at socialized housing and real estate industry is now. I was just appointed as the Undersecretary for Regional Operation of the SHUD to oversee the updates of our SHUD offices in the entire country. And to this, my special assignment coming from Secretary Ed Del Rosario is the implementation of the joint memorandum circular between the SHUD and the 7 other allied government agencies to create the much-needed anti-illegal real estate service practices interagency task force, whom I was designated as the task force head. It will be with a mission to safeguard our home buyers against pernicious practices of illegal developers, also the malpractices within our profession. With that, please join me in this mission, wherein I was also designated as the task force head, being a supervising undersecretary of the National Drive Against Professional Squatters and Squatting Syndicate as provided by Executive Order 153 Series of 2002. Mga kasama, I would like to honestly confide in you that I alone, even if with my new appointed Chief of Staff, our real estate consultant, and our NREA Vice President for 2021, Professor Jovi Tupas, we cannot accomplish high targets without you. With your most definitely needed generous support, your untiring and full support of all duly licensed real estate practitioner and legitimate developers to finally practice what RA 9646 is all about. Join us as we face the future through initiatives and innovations between the SHUD and our real estate industry. Let me personally introduce your NREA chapter officers to our regional directors and regional officers. I will be your messenger towards our regional officers. I will also be visiting the different homeowners of each and different subdivisions that have federations. Also, the homeowners of the informal settlers. And we will be doing what is provided for by the task force of EO 153 to drive the organization of the squatting syndicate, to drive away so that they will not be victimizing our marginalized sector. With that po, sa panahon ngayon, panahon ng pandemic, malasakit sa ating kapwa ang kailangan higit kailanman, malasakit mula sa puso. With that po, I congratulate the NREA leadership, all the members, and all the stakeholders for this very successful event. Maraming salamat po. God bless NREA. God bless our country. Salamat po.
Since its inception in 2015, Since its inception in 2015, Bria Homes has always stood for the nationalistic objective of alleviating homelessness and improving the quality of life for the underserved Filipino. Through the years, Bria Homes has been continuously growing its vision through offering a wider variety of choices and expanding its footprint to cover more ground, reach new heights, and serve more Filipinos across the archipelago. With over 50 projects all over the country, the Bria Homes brand has been synonymous with the best value for money options, top-notch quality, progressive locations, ease of ownership, and a premier customer experience. Bria Homes has always gone above and beyond expectations, redefining the concept of a home builder and turning subdivisions into fully thriving communities. Township projects will always be Bria's differentiator amongst its competition, with customer-centric concepts designed with the needs of its home buyers in mind. Bria Homes has always stayed attuned to the times, adapting to the digital revolution, all in the name of convenience and safety to its home buyers. Sustainability has also been a paramount priority to our business as we continually move towards an environmentally sound Philippines, one Bria Homes project at a time. Bria Homes has continuously reimagined affordable housing. We will continue to build dignified dwellings, picturesque communities, and prosperous townships, formerly inaccessible to the everyday Filipino. We are, and we will always be, the beacon of best value affordable housing in the Philippines. We are Bria Homes, your home of choice.
Smart decisions. That's something everyone wants to make. Like when buying a new place. Do you go for location? Energy efficiency? A fresh breeze? Or having no brownouts? How about smart planning and engineering that give you all of these? Take a closer look at West Insula, where you get to live easier, live wiser. At West Insula, you get perks that make day-to-day living a greater comfort. Just think of these smart features. Full backup power. When brownouts happen in the rest of the city, keep the computer, air conditioner, and everything else you need up and running. West Insula provides full backup power in all rooms, in all units. Water saving system. When it comes to wise water management, West Insula is designed to collect, purify, and treat rainwater for use by homeowners, giving you practical savings. Smart vents. And how about staying cool even when the air conditioner is off? West Insula has well-concealed vents that promote optimal airflow through every room, even when the windows are closed. Maximum energy efficiency. West Insula is engineered for ultra-efficient energy consumption. Take advantage of the patented electrical loading system that delivers maximum power at minimum cost. What's more, every homeowner gets to monitor their power consumption right at their doorstep, so you pay only for your own bills. No shared costs, no hidden charges. Atrium. Unique to the design of West Insula is the atrium, a central shaft of wide-open space at the core of the structure, offering the added advantages of free-flowing air, natural light, and a relaxing ambiance. Ready to take a look? West Insula, built by EGI and Maryleaf Realty, stands tall with 25 stories at the corner of West Avenue and EDSA Shopping District. A train station, medical clinics, and malls are also just a few minutes away, so you don't have to go far to get far. Intelligent innovations at prime locations. That's what smart engineering for practical living is all about. See one of Insula Condominium's masterpieces for yourself. Schedule a visit to West Insula today. Make the smart move.
Okay. Thank you to our sponsors, Bria Homes and E. Ganson Inc. And thank you, Honorable Albert de la Cruz, for your presentation. Indeed, we are very lucky to have you on board. And we are looking forward to the programs and initiatives you have mentioned. As I quote, sa panahon ng pandemya, malasakit sa ating kapwa ang kailangan, higit at kailanman. Malasakit mula sa puso. We are happy to hear it from our very own Kabalen, Honorable Albert de la Cruz.
Okay. Thank you. Again, Bria Homes and E. Ganson Inc. And to introduce our second special guest and speaker for today's webinar, she is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Architecture in the University of Santo Tomas, with Masters in Urban and Regional Planning at the University of the Philippines, with almost 28 years in the field of urban planning and design consultancy. May we now call on architect and urban planner, Ms. Maria Sol Flores Prado. May we call on Ms. Maria Sol Flores Prado to introduce our guest speaker.
Architect Romulo Nati is a multi-awarded Italian architect and is currently the executive chairman and CEO of Italpinas Development Corporation, a publicly listed Italian-Filipino real estate development company that specializes in the design and development of sustainable buildings in emerging cities across the Philippines. He is the vice chairman of the Philippine renewable company, Constellation Energy Corporation, that focuses on acquiring, financing, and developing small to medium-scale renewable energy project across the Philippines. His works have been recognized by many organizations across the world, and he has won many international competitions. Among these, honorable mentions for car design in 2 international competitions, one held by Mitsubishi Motors and one by BMW. The Special Energy Award, the first prize at the 2006 International Architecture Competition. Romulo V. Nati was also featured in National Geographic magazine Asia as one of the Philippine new business leaders and in Bloomberg Philippines as a thought leader. Let us all welcome architect Romulo Nati.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for a very kind introduction. And also, I would like to say that it's a pleasure to be invited by so prestigious organization like NREA to speak and to present and to share what I have done in the Philippines in the real estate sector together with my partner Giorgio Leviste. So allow me to share the screen. Okay, yeah, so I will, I'm now sharing my presentation. Okay, so Italpinas Development Corporation, or IDC, is a company that I founded together with my partner, Giorgio Leviste, in 2009. And we are focusing on emerging cities in the Philippines, where we think the growth is still will be still very substantial, very important in the years to come. And we only deliver green buildings our buildings are rated green by EDGE, which is a green rating system developed by the World Bank through the IFC. We are also a member of the Philippine and the US Green Building Council. We have been able to get a lot of awards, even if the company is pretty young, and national and international awards for our projects, and has been mentioned in my introduction. Myself and my partner, we have been featured back in 2014 in National Geographic Asia for our innovation in real estate. I've been already introduced. I am an architect by profession. Been living in the Philippines since 2000, studying both in the Philippines, and then we met back in 2008 in the Philippines, and we decided to create the company that now we are running, IDC. The unique value proposition of the company are very clear and very defined. We use biomimicry in order to design passive green buildings. I will later what this means. We are interested in emerging cities, and we target mainly the rising, more sophisticated middle class in the Philippines. Talking about green design or biomimicry, biomimicry, the word itself explains that it's a process that allow us to study nature, natural living organism and structure, and learn from nature to optimize the performance of our buildings. How do we do that? We gather data from the place where the building or the houses will have to be built, data such as for example, wind speed, wind direction, sun path, and temperature, and so on. We integrated this data with using parametric software, and we come up with a design, a 3D model, which represent the best solution given our requirements and given the data that we imputed in the software. So this is an example of the data gathering that we do. This is for a project that we are building in Cagayan de Oro in northern Mindanao. So on the upper side, you can see data about the wind direction and seasonality also of the wind and speed of the wind. Then also the temperature of during the entire year, and the sun path, because it's also very important, the sun path for us, because what we want is abundant indirect light inside the unit. So we need to create shelter, to create shade on the facade. That shows some of the simulation that we do using computer software. In this case, we were finding the best location of towers for a project that we are now building in Santo Tomas. So you notice here there is the sun and the sun path during the year. So with this software, we are able to find the best location for buildings. This is another short video that illustrate how we study the behavior of buildings in relation to to wind. We want to increase natural wind when the wind speed is not too high, but obviously remove problems in case of typhoons. This last video shows the way we compute the number of louvers, or in other cases can be cantilever structures, so that we can have natural light inside, but without increasing the temperature inside. Because as you know, when the sun hits the glass, it creates a house green effect inside the unit. So this will increase increase the temperature. So we want, as I said, we want natural light, but indirect natural light. Now, as I mentioned, all the real estate developers and planners and architects and also, brokers, we think that emerging cities represent a very great opportunity in the Philippine scenario. And why that? This is a very short history of the internal migration in the Philippines. If you notice that in the 1950s, there were only 18 million people living in the Philippines, only around 1.5 million were living in Metro Manila. But in 2019, the population grew exponentially in the Philippines. It crossed the 100 million people, and a huge number of people moved in the past 50 years, more or less, to Metro Manila from the provinces, now increasing the number of people living in the mega city. Why this happened? Because again, as I said, there were not too many opportunities in the provinces. It was quite expensive also traveling by plane. There was no internet. So people look for opportunities in Metro Manila, and creating, many people in a short area create problems, obviously, like environmental degradation, traffic, lack of job, increase of cost of living. So what we anticipated back in 2001 is what's happening now. It's a mainstream process event now that people are going back to the provinces. When I say people, I mean OFWs are interested in investing in their own province, or Filipino that came to the provinces, to Manila, and then they look for, they would like to go back to their own province, or even expat. I am expat myself, and it's plenty of foreigners that love the Philippines, but they like to find places where life is not so stressful like in the provinces. The participants of this event is the number of population in the Philippines has been growing, and as for the middle class is growing, and it will grow because of mainly of mainly for BPOs in the Philippines. This middle class is it's a quite interesting market because it's sophisticated. Nowadays everyone has access to internet, or many people have been able to travel all around the world, and OFWs have been exposed to different and quite high standard of living, coming from, I don't know, the US, Canada, Europe, and whatsoever. So this middle class in the Philippines represent a very challenging but interesting market, because as we know, we have quite a big backlog in terms of affordable housing demand. So this represents a market that developers must be able to satisfy with more sophisticated real estate products. Now, just going briefly to show the projects that we have done and we are doing. These are some of the projects, but we have more projects in the pipeline that I cannot disclose because we are a listed company, and I cannot disclose projects yet. But in short, we have Primavera Residences in Cagayan de Oro, Primavera City Still in Cagayan de Oro, and Miramonte Santo Tomas Batanga. So Primavera was our first project. It was developed in 2 phases, and it was awarded as the best mixed-use building in the Philippines in 2014. We are located in Cagayan, which is an extremely interesting place. I personally love Mindanao. I really find the island a promising land with a lot of opportunities. And Cagayan represents the hub of northern Mindanao with nice infrastructure, international airport, seaport, universities, malls, and so on. We are located in uptown Cagayan, just beside a mall, and this is the project, which is these actual photos. Is obviously fully sold out. It's a mixed-use building with commercial office and residences. These are some of the green features, passive green features that we use in designing this project. So as you notice, We have a cantilever that avoid the sun directly the facade, and we have cross ventilation in every unit. We also have an inner courtyard that enhances ventilation. It works like a natural chimney. Actually, talking about biomimicry, this concept is taken also from the ant mud. I don't know if you know how this ant mud works. It's quite interesting because they have a very complicated and effective ventilation, vertical ventilation. These are some of the photos. We also have photovoltaic panels on the rooftop, and that creates renewable energy power that is given to the condominium corporation for free. We think that green buildings will be very successful if the end users can really benefit from it. Not only the environment, which of course is the final objective, not to reduce the environmental impact, but the end users must find an advantage to live in green buildings. And in the case of our buildings, they have much lower power consumption compared to similar buildings without these green features. Now, the other project that we are doing in Cagayan is still a green building, also awarded the Asia Pacific Property Award in 2017 as the best mixed-use building in the country. This is still located in Cagayan de Oro, and it is actually under development. We just terminated the phase 1 called Città Verde. The entire project will be covered with photovoltaic panels that will produce a quite substantial amount of renewable energy that is going to be given again to the condominium corporation. And we have commercial at the ground floor, 2 floors of offices, underground parking, residences, and on the rooftop we have the amenities. I have a video that shows how we have been conceptualizing the project and the amenities and the features that the project has. Okay, now the last project I present today is called Miramonti, which in Italian means mountain view. It's located in Santo Tomas, Batangas. Also, this project has been awarded as the best mixed-use building in 2019 at Asia Property Award competition. The project is going to be developed in 2 phases. We are now topping off phase 1, ongoing construction, and we are securing the permitting for phase 2. This is also obviously a green building, and I also have a video. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy my presentation, and I will go back. I will stop the sharing. Thank you very much. By the way, I am.
Okay, thank you, Architect Nati. I think he's having a signal problem.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Architect.
But was the presentation visible?
Yes po.
Ah,
Right now po, are you sharing your screen?
No, I stopped.
Okay. Please stand by po for a possible questions later. To all our
Yes.
guests who kindly type in your questions if you have. We will have Architect Nati to answer it later. For now, may we call on our sponsors? Ms. Lane, let's play the slides for our sponsors. Okay, for our next sponsors, let's watch Forest Lake.
Safely and conveniently from your home. In life, we are always in search of something better. Better jobs, better lifestyle, better investments. Here at Forest Lake, we offer you an alternative, an extraordinary, and a better experience through My Forest Lake portal. Our online portal gives you access to viewing and purchasing of memorial lots safely and conveniently from your home. It provides a place where you can centralize the management of your memorial lot investments with easy access to customer information and services. Registering in My Forest Lake is easy. Just follow these 3 easy steps. Creating a new account is simple. Go to www.forestlakememorialparks.com. Click on Customers on the upper right corner of the site and you will be directed to the My Forest Lake Customer Portal. Step 1. Click the link and fill out the form or register using your Facebook account by simply clicking on Login with Facebook. Step 2. Input necessary details as needed. And click Next. Step 3. Verify your mobile phone or registered email. Congratulations! You have successfully registered your account. Enjoy a faster, easier, and more secure way of managing your Forest Lake investment at the palm of your hands. View and purchase lots within the safety and comfort of your home. Take advantage of online services exclusive to registered customers. No more long lines when paying your dues. You can now pay through our secure payment options and documented online transactions. You can even chat with our customer service representatives for any concerns. Convenient, right? For inquiries, email us at customerportal@forestlakeparks.com or contact our branch office. Sign up now and start enjoying a better online experience now with Forest Lake. Visit www.forestlakememorialparks.com or follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Sign up today and start your investment journey with Forest Lake.
Okay, thank you, Forest Lake Memorial Parks and Juraville Realty and Development Corporation. At this very moment, we would like to acknowledge and call the presence of Engineer Nicanor Mendoza in behalf of our Secretary Roy Simatu. He is the Chief of Water Quality Management, EMB Central Section. Let us all welcome Engineer Nicanor Mendoza.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Okay na ba? Kita na?
Okay po. Yan.
I will be presenting the DNR Administrative Order number 2016-08 known Water Quality Guidelines and General Applicant Standard. I will be discussing the whole now because of the we'll discuss the more important aspect. This is the general effluent standard, or as industry, you must comply with the general effluent standard. So by virtue of the Clean Water Act, specifically in Section 19E and 19F of the Republic Act 9275, our office, the DNR, through the EMB, we are mandated to implement, develop water quality guidelines as well as the general effluent standard. So this section is basically our mandate, Section 19E and 19F of the 9275. As you can see, our policy is, of course, to protect, preserve, and revive the quality of our fresh brackish marine waters. And of course, our objective is the classification of water bodies. I will not discuss the classification, but we are more on the general effluent standard, which is your more, and basically, if, hello? Okay ba yung boses ko? Okay. So,
Okay po, clear po.
the scope of incorporates the general effluent standard applies to all point sources of pollution. These point sources of pollution are your industry, and most of the point sources are commercial and industrial establishment. Pollution, as defined, it is the alteration of the physical, chemical, and biological properties of water quality that leads to impairment of the water. So regardless of the volume that discharged to receiving body of water or land, the general effluent standard shall be used regardless of the industry category. So in your case, real estate, of course, you are developing most of the commercial establishment, residential, and some of the recreational facilities. Then the water quality guidelines apply to all water bodies. Of course, we classify water bodies in terms of intended beneficial use. Some terms that is quite important, but I will not discuss to you thoroughly. More on this discharge, include but is not limited to the act of spilling, leaking, pumping, pouring, emitting, emptying, releasing, or dumping of any material into a water body or onto land from which it might flow or drain into the said water. So effluent, this is the term that we use when you discharge from known source or industry sector is a point source, which is passed into a body of water or land or wastewater flowing out of a manufacturing plant, industrial plant, including domestic, commercial, and recreational facilities. Of course, you know the definition of establishment or one of these, but of course refers to a recognizable economic unit under a single ownership or control under a single legal entity which engages in one or predominantly one kind of economic activity at a physical location, which includes industrial, commercial, and institutional establishment. So I will not some terms that is very unfamiliar to. So this point source, I have mentioned this in the definition of the general effluent standard, means any identifiable source of pollution with a specific point of discharge into a particular water body. Then pollutant refers to any substance, whether solid, liquid, gaseous, or radioactive, which directly or indirectly, therefore definition, it alters the quality of any segment of the receiving water body. Isang definition po yan sa pollutant. Is hazardous or potentially hazardous to health, imparts objectionable odor, temperature change, or physical or chemical biological change, is in excess of the allowable limits or concentration or quality standard specified or in contravention of condition limitation to industry. Okay. Next definition. Okay. Some terms are, I will skip some of the terms. Okay. Ito pong pollution. Water pollution means any alteration of the physical, chemical, or biological or geological properties of a water resulting in the impairment of its purity, quality. Then this table is the categorization or classification of freshwater body. Before you discharge or design your treatment facility, you must know the official classification, whether it is class A, B, C, or D. Most often in highly urbanized area, the classification is C or B. Then class AA is protected water supply, but oftentimes in your industry, most of the time you are discharging your wastewater into B, C, or D. So just know the name of the receiving water body and its official classification in this water quality guidelines or classification. So meron pong marine waters naman po. Yan, sa SA and SB, most often you will discharge your effluent or discharge from SB. Manila Bay po, classified as SB. Boracay, SB, some parts in the Palawan or mostly in Palawan. Then class SC, just know the official classification, the name of the receiving water body and its official classification. Ando po yan sa table namin. Then ito po yung yung water quality guidelines. We use this table, water quality guidelines, for primary parameters. We monitor different parts of water bodies nationwide through our regional offices based on these 8 parameters. The number 1 parameters is BOD, biochemical oxygen demand. It is the amount of oxygen consumed by microorganism in the natural decomposition. The higher the concentration limit, the higher the pollution in terms of organic pollution. So, hindi ko na i-detalya to. I have only a few minutes more. But I will detail more, I will focus my discussion on in this section, general effluent standard. So general effluent standard is discharges from any point source shall at all times meet the effluent standard. So 24/7 po, from 0 to 24 hours.
Teka. May SORA ba dyan?
Okay, So your effluent must comply to our general effluent standard. Mamaya pakita ko po yung table. So at all times, meet the general effluent standard set in table 9 to 10 to maintain the required water quality per water body classification. The GES shall be used regardless of the industry category. So kasama po kayo dito. Then effluent used for irrigation and other agricultural purposes conform to the Department of Agricultural Order 207-26 or the guidelines on the procedure and technical standard on the issuance of certification allowing for the safe use of wastewater for the purpose of irrigation and other agricultural uses. Then bullet 3 is the effluent quality monitoring procedures that must conform with this manual. So this table, of course, you must know your industry category, But basically, I will just teach you some procedures in using this table. Just identify your industry category As you can see on the second column, that is the industry category. And on the third column, that is the parameters that is significant to your industry. Basically, yan po yung monitor namin at kayo rin po, yan po yung monitor nyo in submitting your self-monitoring report. So, marami po yan. Hindi ko masasabi sa inyo ang detalye. So, yan po. Pakita ko lang po sa inyo kung gaano karami. So, I will not consume much time on this. But of course, the basic is know your industry category and the significant parameters that you must comply with our effluent standard based on your official water body classification. Yan po yung real estate. Real estate activities with own or leased property. BOD, fecal coliform, ammonia, nitrate, phosphate, oil and grease, surfactant. So these are the parameters that you will monitor and must comply with our general effluent standard. So pinakita ko lang po yung detail, but this is the most important to you. Sabi nga po natin, this table 9 effluent standard, as we define effluent standard, is the wastewater flowing out from your premises, from your establishment. Kaya ito po, kailangan we must comply with this effluent standard. So as you can see, you have the significant parameters. Number 1 po doon, BOD, no? Okay, meron din pong nitrate, meron din pong phosphate. So, isang sample lang po, no? For example, you're discharging in Pasig River, which is classified as C. Classified as C, no? So, Pasig River, name of the receiving water body, and the existing classification of Pasig River is Class C. Even the whole Laguna Lake is classified as Class C water. So just for an example lang po, if we collected sample from your any establishment, like for example recreational facility, and we found out that the actual result is your effluent result is 60. So basically, your effluent sample is not conforming to the effluent the DNR effluent standard, which is 50. It exceeds 50 milligrams per liter. So, ito po yung standard. This is the maximum allowable limit. 50 in terms of DOD, the maximum allowable limit. So, your effluent is not conforming with our standard. You will definitely receive a notice of violation. And second example is the nitrate. Like for example, we have 20 milligrams per liter, the actual result of the analysis. Then it also exceeds the milligrams, which is the maximum allowable limit. So you will be invited or receive a notice of violation for failure to conform with the BOD and nitrate. Then sa ano naman po, other parameters, just know the significant parameters po na minomonitor ninyo. Kanina po, ipakita ko sa inyo. Then basically, you must conform with the effluent standard. Ano? Yung iba pang table, these are heavy metals. Wala naman kayong ganito, of course. Then kung strong effluent po kayo, ito po based on the influent or raw wastewater. You must use this table if you know the that your ayan, no? So i-ano ko na lang po doon sa mga important prohibitions. Ito po, grace period po. A grace period of not more than 5 years may be given provided that establishment submits compliant action plan and periodic status of implementation to the there are two cases, ano, if you plan to file a grace period. Values for the GAS have become stringent compared to the values in Dow 1990-35. In such cases, Dow 1990-35 shall apply during the grace period. If, for example, the old parameters based on Dow 35, like for example po, the original Dow is standard is 100. Then the new Dow, in our case, the 2016, we become the water quality guidelines or the effluent become 1. So, naging stringent po. The value become lesser and lesser. Ano? Yung po sinasabi stringent. Ibig sabihin lang po, yung good quality na yung dinidischarge nyo. But of course, there's so many effects. Like for example, the effect of treatment and installation and construction and operationalization of this treatment facility. So pwede po kayong mag-file if the all the parameters become stringent. Then if there is a new parameters added, for example, sa Dow 35 po, hindi kayo nagmo-monitor ng fecal coliform, ng nitrate. These are new parameters published in the Dow 2016. Pwede po kayong mag-file ng grace period. Meron lang naging problema dito. Some of the industries didn't know the limitation of the grace period. Sabi lang po 5 years. Yung iba po nakasubmit within 5 years. Kasi nag-take effect ang Dow 2016-08 last 2016. So yung iba po nakapag-file. So yun na lang po. Pag naglabas po kami ng bagong Dow na mas stringent o additional parameters, then you can file a grace period if there is if we are qualifying for these two criteria. So yun na pang prohibitions. No effluent from any point source shall be discharged into Class AA and SA. Yung Class AAA po, yan yung public water supply. Protected waters po ito. Yung SA po, yung marine park, sanctuaries, yan po yung SA, kaya no discharge allowed. Then no effluent shall cause the quality of the receiving water body to fall below the prescribed the water quality guidelines in its classification. Dapat po talaga nagko-conform kayo sa effluent standard. No person shall discharge wholly or partially untreated or inadequately treated effluent directly into a receiving body of water or land. So, kailangan po treated yung inyo pong effluent or wastewater. No person shall use submarine outfall or any underground conveyance as means of discharging effluent except when all the following conditions are met. So we prohibited submarine outfall. However, there are cases that we allow based on these criteria. Effluent is compliant to the GES set forth in Section 7. The receiving water body is marine water. The needed infrastructure for sampling treated effluent is constructed above ground. Ibig sabihin yung nasa taas po yung sampling station. No person shall build, erect, install, or use any equipment, contrivance, or any means the use of which conceal. Kailangan hindi po nababypass, hindi natatakpan ang outfall. Kasi merong mga ganitong cases na deliver it over o bypass water, para hindi po ma-monitor. Then 7, no establishment or source of water pollution shall be operated at the capacity beyond the limit. Hindi nyo dapat i-overload yung treatment facility po ninyo dahil halimbawa po, ang design capacity lang ng treatment facility ninyo ay 150 cubic meters per day, ginawa nyo pong 1,000, no overload. At definitely, the effluent standard will not comply with our effluent regulation. No new industrial plant with high waste load potential shall discharge into a water body where dilution or assimilative capacity of the said water body during a dry weather condition is insufficient to maintain its prescribed water quality guidelines according to its classification. Normally, sa dry weather condition, yung flow of the river is very, very small. And kung meron kayong i-discharge na high waste load, hindi po namin papayagan yon. Yun lang po sabihin nitong mga clause na ito. Then, any person both natural... Okay, sorry. Okay, no establishment. Okay. Okay, ito na pala. Fines and damages po, actually ho, nasa Clean Water Act po yan. Minimum of 10,000 to 200,000 per day. Then yung may gross violation pa ho na dinefine doon. But basically that is, of course, hindi ko na na-discuss dito yan. Pero doon sa Clean Water Act po, andun po yung mga fines and penalties. Then mayroon pang criminal charge if you are deliberately, yung gross violation po ang ano doon. Yung gross violation po, isa sa mga criteria doon, you are deliberately in violation of the yung Adjudication Board order, may cease and desist order, pero hindi po ginawa.
Nag-join ko kay join nila ng tourism ng Quezon. Namagot si Mato.
5 times or more violation within 2 years po, gross violation po yun. Then yung discharging of hazardous waste, deliberately discharging of hazardous waste, yun po yung gross violation. Ang minimum po nung fines and penalties nun, 0.5 to 300,000 to 3 million. Then of course, meron pang criminal charge. Hindi ko na tatapusin. I have already consumed my time. Nag-took effect po ito last June of 2016. Para na-implement na po ito ngayon. Ngayon, meron pong updated nito. Yung 5 parameters lang po ang nakuha, no? Nakikita ba? Ito lang po, no? Yung ammonia, boron, copper, dissolved copper, fecal coliform phosphate, and sulfate. Yun po yung in-update dahil po yun po yung nakita namin stringent, and of course some of the sectors are not are filing their of course the complaints, and some are valid and some are not, ano. Kaya 5-6 lang po ang in-update lang po. Then we modified to a less stringent concentration limit. Okay, thank you, and that ends my presentation. Hello.
Okay, thank you po, Engineer Nicanor Mendoza. And I think Ms. Lane for our sponsors, please.
Is there any open forum or?
Engineer Nicanor, meron po tayong, if you could stay for a while, if there are some questions po, we'll be glad to, ano po.
Kasi may meeting din ako.
Okay po.
Sige, ano na. Sandali lang.
Actually, after the sponsors, engineer, we will have some short Q&A. We'll try to ask question first for you to address, so you can have your time for the other meetings. Would it be okay?
Siguro, yan. Sige, after the sponsor presentation.
Yes, yes po. Thank you po, Engineer. Miss Lane, can we play the sponsors?
Okay, thank you, Houseland and SMDC. At this point in time, we would like to acknowledge the presence of Yusek Albert de la Cruz of DSUD. And also, we would like to acknowledge the presence of SHEDA Chair Lady Rosie Chai, the SHEDA President May Rodriguez, REVAP President Benedict Castro, and Mr. Dan Rubiz and Pinky Santa Maria of National University. We would like to acknowledge also Ms. Rosalinda B. Cortez of DNR 12 Centro, and also Mr. Peter Tan.
Okay, we would like to request the presence of our three speakers to answer a few questions. So for Engineer Mendoza, we have a question here. For a highly industrialized zone like PESA zones, do they have different standards or a much stricter one standards aside from what you have discussed?
Basically, the PESA, they have a centralized treatment facility. And the 2016-08 is the one that applying to their establishment, yung PESA mismo. But for the locators, there are some rules that the PESA are requiring to them. So doon lang po nagbabagyo. Because there are some regulations, like for example, yung mga malls, the different locators are required to pre-treat their wastewater. Sa amin po, yung final effluent, that's the one we are monitoring, the treatment facility of PESA. So, yung centralized treatment nila, ang minomonitor namin. Yung locators po, ang nagmo-monitor the PESA itself. So, parang partner po namin sila, ng PESA, but we are monitoring the centralized treatment of PESA if they are conforming to the effluent standard. Yung pong 2016-08. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we have one participant here who wrote a letter to DENR before asking the department to check on the effluent from the SBMA locators discharging into the swimming area of SBMA beaches. They smell foul odor on the water, and I believe the treatment facility of SBMA is not functioning anymore. Since it was built during the American days. The area in particular is between the Edgewater condominiums and the ASEA Hotel. Do you investigate on this, or do you have pending investigation for this particular?
If there is a official complaint received by our office or the EMB regional office, which is Region 3, they have already investigated this. They have official complaints. But I will just relay this to the Region 3 if they are investigating or they have already filed a case to the SBMA. I've heard that they are modifying their treatment facility because of the new effluent, the updated revised standard that we have already published. So yung po ang ano nila, they are already modifying, renovating, or upgrading their treatment facility. But for this case, hindi ko po masabi. We will just call the Region 3 regional office to verify the updates or updates the case that was filed in DNR. Thank you po.
Thank you po. Another question po, Engineer. Can you enlighten us on the rule of fish cages in the lake in front of a private owner covered with fish cages? Ano po bang ruling natin for that instances?
Dapat po talaga merong rules doon kasi basically that is combination of and non-point sources because they are using the lake, the water itself, and they are, of course, using some foods for the fish that are become polluted. We are requiring them to, of course, to control, or although the LLDA is the one regulating them. LLDA is the attached agency that monitors the fish pen and fish cage. That's why most of them are very strict. The LLDA is very strict in additional fish pen and fish cage. Ano? So, although LLDA is an attached DNR agency, but they have an autonomous mandate in regulating fish pen and fish cage. Maybe they can file their complaints to LLDA because they are the mandated agency. Unlike us, we are in the central office that formulates different policies with regards to water quality.
Okay, so a follow-up questions on that one, sir. So the LGU permit will not suffice alone for that case. So they really need to secure one from your agency?
LLDA, because that they have the separate mandates, the Laguna Lake Development Authority, that is in East Avenue near the Philippine Heart Center.
East Avenue. If I may, Ms. Ladette.
Okay, Ma'am.
Ladette,
Okay po.
Engineer Mendoza, Ms. Marisa Delmar po. Regarding the fish cages po, this is personal because it's in front of my property in Batangas, in front of Laurel, Batangas, and it was covered almost of all the fish cages. And I believe that the LGU is the one giving the permits. And do you know, Engineer Mendoza, if ever, how many, what percentage or how many cages are allowed to be in front of property owner titled property in Laurel, Batangas? In the case po na alam po nyo, Engineer Mendoza.
Sorry, madam, because my limited knowledge is basically on the treatment.
Okay.
But the LLDA is the one who are mandated to regulate this fish pen and fish cage.
Okay, Laguna Lake Development po.
Ma'am, because
Yes.
that is development of Laguna Lake or some intervention
Opo.
or establishment that is within the lake. So any infrastructure or any what you call business within that area, meron pong LLDA clearance na binabang na nire-require sila. Although very familiar with the requirements, but the LLDA, maybe you can Google or you can contact them with internet.
Okay. Thank you so much, Engineer Mendoza. Thank you, Ms. Ladette.
Thank you, Mama Marisa and Engineer Mendoza. The last questions for Engineer Mendoza. What will happen for those who did not file with the grace period you have mentioned? Since 2016 natin na-implement and 2021 will be the 5th year. And how much po?
The last day is December.
Okay, so kaya pa.
The problem there is the construction. They must have sufficient time for construction, and definitely it will take you more than 1 year to construct a treatment facility. If the treatment facility is very, very sophisticated, it will cost you a huge amount of resources because most of the parts are imported. And then what will happen is if our inspecting engineer found out that they have no sufficient treatment facility, they will receive a notice of violation. Then basically, they will be required to construct a new treatment facility that will comply with our standard. Ano naman po, with due process naman, even though the grace period have already lapsed for December, yung pong engineer will yung usual process namin. They will investigate, they will invite you, receive a notice of violation, they will be requiring you to modify the old or the inadequate treatment facility for maybe 1 or 2 years, depending on the treatment facility that will be designed.
As a follow-up question, bago po namin kayo pakawalan, Engineer, how much cost are we seeing for the fines for these violators? Magkano po ba yung natatandaan nyo na magiging fines nila?
I-quote ko na lang po yung medyo po doon po sa fines and penalties. Teka po, yung section, nando po sa Republic Act 9275. Ang minimum po is 10,000 up to 200,000 per day of violation. Tapos po, meron pa yung gross violation naman po, na nabanggit ko, $500,000 to 3 million plus criminal charge. Yung gross violation po, deliberate discharge of toxic pollutants, 5 or more violation within the period of 2 years, blatant disregard of the orders of the pubs, yan bawa, non-payment of the fines, breaking of seals, yun po, no? Nando po ito sa Section 28 ng Philippine Clean Water Act of 2004. Kaya medyo, nagtaas na po yung minimum, alam ko po. Pero yung range po, ang sinabi ko na lang. So, yun naman po ay kung medyo hindi kayo susunod.
Okay, thank you po. Thank you very much.
There's, as far as I know, there's no person that is reprimanded in a jail. Nagbabayad lang, basically.
Okay po. Okay, thank you very much po, Engineer Nicanor. We will not hold you for so long at may appointment pa po kayo. Thank you po for answering our few questions. And now we will proceed to our Honorable Undersecretary Albert de la Cruz to answer some of our questions posted.
Yes, Madam. Good morning. Good morning po.
Good morning po.
Tamang mga real estate brokers. Real estate broker din po ako, kaya excited ako. Parang po ako, balik bahay, balik bayan.
Opo, and we are very happy po talaga na nandyan na po kayo sa DSUD for us. Okay,
Yes.
so for our first question po, may we ask your plan on how we can eradicate the colonial developers and practitioners?
Yes po, as we very well know, we have the joint memorandum circular issued by the different government agencies. Of course, this is headed by DSUD. And I was designated by the secretary to be the task force head. So, as I mentioned during my intro, that I'm looking forward to collaborate with NREA. You can be my coach on this, and insofar as the joint memorandum circular, we will be pushing this, and my recommendation to the secretary is to have an oversight monitoring committee, wherein I will be recommending NREA as part of the oversight committee, because you are the one in the ground, and we need your cooperation, we need your volunteerism, and we need your recommendations, and we need reports coming from the ground. And as soon as we receive the report, then we will be collaborating and communicating with the specific government agencies like the PNP and NBI, in order for us to implement the necessary rules of procedure and the law as provided by, in order for us to combat, to eradicate the legal practices in our profession, and of course to empower and to promote and protect the professions that we have, Madam. As a broker, appraiser, at the same time real estate consultants and salesperson. Same as you also, we're looking forward, pakitignan po ninyo ito, I am soliciting your suggestion. Vis-a-vis with our objective to protect and promote our profession, we're looking forward also on how to serve the unserved, meaning the more than 6 million Filipino who don't have yet the housing of their own, especially those our brethren, mga ISF, or colloquially known as to be the squatters. We're looking forward for a proposal wherein for the entry level of the salesperson, a one day or 2 days seminar for salesperson will be coupled with the immersion of the supposed to be or would be applicant to become a salesperson, to have immersion in getting the profile of the informal settlers. So tutungo sila sa informal settler community, sa mga squatter area. They need to get the profile for them to be able to, as part of their OJT, for them to qualify as salesperson, because we need the help of the private practitioners for us to be able to solve and to attain our goal to have a housing, a home for every Filipino. And we need you there. We need our professional sector in the real estate in solving this problem. Profiling of the ISF is the best solution. We need 50 billion peso a year in order for us to solve the 6 million housing backlog. And the government really will need not only the necessary amount, but we need time. But we're running out of time. Dumarami yan yearly as year goes by. So the best way for us is to empower them. But before we empower them, we need to know their profile. Sino ba yung magaling na karpentero? Sino yung mga nakapagtapos ng high school? Sino yung nasa kolehiyo? Now, for those who don't have the necessary qualifications, then we integrate them through TESDA and LRC. And other way of empowering our people for them to be able to have the capacity to pay. Sa tingin ho natin naman baka maaari sila magkaroon ng capacity to pay if we will be empowering them. And for me, that is the best way for us to solve the housing problem. Not only appropriating the amount, but by means of empowering our people to have their own housing unit. Yes po. Thank you po. Napahaba ang sagot ko.
Okay.
Very well said po.
Yeah. Yung second question, Yusek, I think is also related to what you have mentioned a while ago about the professional squatters. And I think ating mga professional squatters, I think they have the skills to be carpenters kasi in just a short while they will be able to build their house after the owner gets out of the property. So in just a few hours they will be able to build their house.
Exactly.
Yeah, the second question po is it's all about the professional squatters. What are your ideas about the professional squatter and squatting syndicates or these informal settlers, and how do we solve this long time issue that we have?
Yes, sir. I was also designated by our secretary to be the supervising undersecretary for NDAPS, or the National Drives Against Professional Squatters and Squatting Syndicate. First, we need to have the remedial measure through the police power of the state. So we will be using whatever the tawagan natin is the long arm of the law. Okay. We will be pushing for it. We will be protecting our people. They became vulnerable to professional squatting syndicate. You ask me why? Why the marginalized people are so vulnerable? And this is my answer. Because they tend to lean to falsehood. Okay? Sila po ay sumasandal sa maling sandalan. And these are the professional squatting syndicate. Now, that is why our recommendation is to actually meron kaming ongoing na MANCOM, lumabas lang ako, but after this I will be recommending this to the secretary. Kailangan silang sumandal sa mga professional real estate salesperson, professional real estate broker, wherein we will be helping them, not this professional squatting syndicate. That's why we need to come in, because there is a gap. The gap, the lack of information. And that is our job. That is our work. That is our mission as a professional real estate professional. I mean, as a real estate professional, we need to come in to fill in the gap. The gap of lack of hope. Nawawala ng pag-asa yung ating mamamayan. That's why nagsasandal sila sa mga squatting syndicates. For us to avoid that, we need to come in. So our proposal again is to include the profiling, the immersion of salesperson as entry level for them to become a sales person, sales professional, or we call them sales agent, to emerge for us to be able to give the proper, correct information to our people. That's one. Number two, that's number two. Number three, we will be looking forward to set up information desk for each and every cities, key highly urbanized and component cities. And we will be also having this additional memorandum of agreement with the National Commission on Muslim Filipino. So they're very much willing also to give what we call the information desk. They are very much willing to collaborate with us together with the National Commission on Urban Poor, with Chairman Alvin Feliciano. So we need the government effort. We need also the private counterpart through NREA to solve this big problem about ISF. Thank you, sir.
Thank you po. Thank you for that.
For our last questions, Yusek, are you seeing the possibility of the marginalized sector to have a rental scheme instead of owning, since for some time they will upgrade to a much better place? And in
Yeah,
this,
we can have that, a public rental scheme. As a matter of fact, we're also pushing for a financing for a public rental scheme through Pag-ibig Fund, especially if the housing units are located within the growth area. For example, we have Clark, Subic, and other industrialized area or economic zone area. So we're looking forward to have that kind of public rental scheme in order for us to serve as halfway for our people working within the urban area. Kaya at the end of the day, really, aside from our department is focusing not only about the human settlement, but also with regards to urban development. The urban development is part and parcel in answering the problem with regards to housing backlog. Because as you very well know, the congestion in the urban area is because of the lack of economic opportunity in the rural area. So we need to balance the equation insofar as economic development is concerned.
okay, I think kulang yung time natin, no? Kailangan pa ulit natin i-guess si Undersecretary Albert. Kasi marami talaga tayong tanong at matututunan.
Yes, sir. All the time. Basta kayo. Just inform us.
Thank you po.
Just say our name. We will be there.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Ma'am, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you po. Thank you.
For our next questions naman po, it is addressed to Architect Nati. From Attorney Vicky Polisco, ang tanong niya, her question is, do you have plans of developing properties in North Luzon? Architect Nati. Is Architect Nati here?
Okay. So, partner, mukhang siguro
Mahina ang connections.
he left already, or mahina ang connection siguro. But then let's proceed po to present the certificates of appreciation. May we call on Architect Ronnie Biando, the SecGen of NREA National.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis.
Ms. Lane for the certificates.
So, the National Real Estate Association, Inc., the one-stop trade organization, certificate of appreciation. This certificate is proudly presented to Honorable Albert P. de la Cruz in sincere appreciation of your invaluable service to the association, particularly a special guest and speaker during the NREA Business Forum Online, Facing the Future Through Initiatives and Innovations, on November 29, 2021 via Zoom and NREA Philippines Facebook Live, signed by Board Chairman Mr. Benigno Cabrieta Jr., the National President, Ms. Imelda Magtoto, the Chair Emerita and Chair Lady of the Board of Advisors, Ms. Marisa Del Mar, and yours truly, Ronnie Biando, Secretary General. Honorable De La Cruz, please receive the virtual certificate. Also, another certificate of appreciation is presented to Architect Romulo V. Nati in sincere appreciation of your invaluable service to the association, particularly a special guest and speaker during the NREA Business Forum Online, Facing the Future Through Initiatives and Innovations, on November 29, 2021 by Zoom and NREA Philippines Facebook Live, signed by Mr. Benigno Cabrieta Jr., Board Chairman, Ms. Imelda Magtoto, National President, Ms. Marisa Del Mar, Chair Emerita and Chair Lady, Board of Advisors, and yours truly, Ronnie Biando, Secretary General. And the third certificate of appreciation is proudly presented to Honorable Roy Simatu in sincere appreciation of your invaluable service to the association, particularly as special guest and speaker during the NREA Business Forum Online, Facing the Future Through Initiatives and Innovation, on November 29, 2021 by Zoom and the NREA Philippines Facebook Live. Signed by Mr. Benigno Cabrieta Jr., the Board Chairman, Ms. Imelda Magtoto, the National President, Ms. Marisa Del Mar, Chair Emerita and Chair Lady, Board of Advisors, and yours truly, Ronnie Biando, Secretary General. Thank you to our respectable guest speakers.
Okay, thank you. And as we end our business forum, we would like to introduce to you our very dear Board Chairman and CEO of First Center Land Development Corp. He has more than 30 years of experience in the real estate development business and has held various positions, such as head of the Real Estate Management Division of the AFP RSBS, COO of Real Estate Properties, COO of Camp Chanhae Development Corporation, and President COO of Mount Zion Memorial Inc. He is the past National President of National Real Estate Association and a past Chairman and National President of the Subdivision and Housing Developers Association. He has a Master of Business Management degree in Asian Institute of Management and is a licensed broker and appraiser. Let us all welcome our Board Chairman, Benigno T. Cabrieta Jr.
Thank you for the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, first, allow me to give a gratitude to the Almighty God, and secondly, to our members and friends for enabling our Real Estate Association, NREA, to reach this high point after 30 years of its organizational existence. We would like also to thank our speakers today for sharing with us their precious time and insights in today's business forum. After this business meeting, NREA will have its general membership meeting to be followed by an election where we, the current administration, will pass the torch to a new set of leaders for 2022. Indeed, we have reached an important milestone in NREA's history. At the same time, NREA has a new crossroad, a new beginning. As a business organization, NREA is not concerned merely with ensuring the continuance and viability of its members' businesses. We affirm and uphold the principle that beyond or on top of profitability, we should have an inherent social function to promote the common good. As we start a new journey, my wish is that as we address the housing challenge next year with a new set of national leaders, we hope to see dramatic improvements in the institutional and transactional processes of housing, particularly in the areas of permits and licenses. I also wish for easier availability of land for socialized housing, particularly in urban areas. And of course, I wish for more budget for housing, commensurate to the need. These are just some of my wishes. I would like to challenge the new set of officers of NREA to adhere to NREA's avowed vision and mission, guided by our corporate values of being noble, realistic, enthusiastic, and accountable. I wish them the best of luck in steering NREA to greater heights. With that, I now formally close our business meeting. Thank you and mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you, Chairman Benigno T. Cabrieto, Jr., for your closing remarks. Again, thank you everyone for joining us till the end of our business forum. And may we request everyone to open their cameras for our photo op. Ms. Lane, please take charge.
Okay, first slide. Second slide, ready? 1, 2, 3. Wait lang po. Third slide po. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay na po. Thank you.
Okay, again, thank you to all our sponsors, invited guests, and all of you who continuously support our webinars. It is our pleasure to be your host, and we would look forward to see you again in our future NREA activities. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dennis, Ladette. Congratulations. You did a great job. President May, Chair Benny, love you all. To all our speakers and NREA chapters, guests, and participants, thank you so much for joining NREA. God bless us all. Marisa Dalmar po. God bless. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. OFW Party List po. Thank you. Benisa.
Yes po.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Miss Castro.
Ay, election tayo. Election.